for government and decided
the Netanyahu government.
For the Netanyahu government, and the Israeli voted for that government doesn't want any peace initiative, not the American one, let alone the Saudi one.
Let General Eshki respond.
We in Saudi Arabia did not support the radicals. We are against the radicals.
General Eshki, you have to explain to the people why ISIS in their capital Raqqa have Saudi textbooks, because you have more in common with ISIS than any other group in the area.
Rula, let me ask you a question. A recent poll showed that 52% of Saudis say they see Iran as the biggest threat to Saudi Arabia, and only 18% say they see Israel as a threat. What would you say to those who say that General Eshki, when he reaches out to Israel against Iran, he's simply reflecting Saudi public opinion? He's doing what his people want.
But this is what Saudi been trying to do since the beginning of their establishment, that their form of Islam is the only legitimate path to God. What the polls are reflecting that kind of ideology and that kind of mentality. It's not far away from what ISIS is doing.
Okay, let me bring the subject back to what we were discussing. Saudi Arabia has constantly said it's a champion of the Palestinians over the years. How do you think Palestinians feel when they hear you refer to Benjamin Netanyahu as a strong leader and a logical leader, you called him?
I told about him a strong leader and logical leader because that means not strong against Arabs, but I said he is strong in his country. He can announce about that, because the fanatics in Israel, the radical in Israel, when they accept the initiative, all the Israeli will accept that.
Let's let the smoke screen aside. You are actually dialoguing with a right-wing government who's oppressing Palestinian peoples, negating them any kind of rights, that is actually very vocal about annexing the whole land. General, what you are doing is actually selling out the Arab cause, the Palestinian cause, in the name of one thing, Wahhabism and anti-Shiite sentiment.